What's going on, everybody? Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com, and welcome back to Blogging the Boys' continued coverage of the 2020 NFL Draft. It's been a fun ride so far, right? The first 3 rounds of this whole thing are in the book, and the Dallas Cowboys are kind of dominating this thing, all right? We know that the Cowboys took CeeDee Lamb with their first-round pick. We know that the Cowboys took Trayvon Diggs with their second-round pick. And late on Friday night, the Dallas Cowboys addressed the defensive line, taking Oklahoma defensive tackle Neville Gallimore with the 82nd overall pick in the draft. And to be quite honest with you, the Dallas Cowboys are making a lot out of these picks, all right? The Cowboys have landed players that were graded by most experts far above the place that the team ultimately drafted them, all right? A lot of people thought CeeDee Lamb was better than the 17th overall player. A lot of people thought Trayvon Diggs was better than the 51st overall player. And a lot of people thought that Neville Gallimore was better than the 82nd overall player. Was Neville Gallimore Javon Kinlaw? No, but he is a contributor, or at least will be a contributor to this Cowboys defensive line that is getting revamped. And you look at it. It was on this very night a year ago when the Cowboys spent their second-round draft pick on Central Florida defensive tackle Tristan Hill. That was not the best decision looking back 1 year later. However, the Cowboys, to their credit, under a new coaching staff, have said, you know what? We're not going to rest on our laurels. We're not going to decide that we drafted Tristan Hill, we're just got to live with that. No, the Cowboys have said we need to get better here. They went out, signed Gerald McCoy in free agency. They went out, signed Dontari in free agency. They lost Malik Collins to the Las Vegas Raiders in free agency. Well, guess what? Malik Collins was a third-round defensive tackle. You know who's a third-round defensive tackle now? Neville Gallimore, all right? Gallimore is a big defensive tackle. He's over 300 pounds, but you wouldn't know it by the way he moves. He's got a nimble, sort of delicate way to his steps and his movements, and overall, he's a pretty athletic dude and somebody that is, you know, maybe not going to be a significant contributor to the Cowboys defensive line, but they need those bodies. They need those pieces, and they need that presence in the middle of their defensive line. His size really allows Gallimore to play potentially that natural sort of one-tech position in the middle of this defensive line. And I give the Cowboys a lot of credit, not just for saying we're going to go with Tristan Hill, but for the way that they are riding through this draft. Again, we're seeing the Cowboys get insane value from their draft picks, and that's not an easy thing to do. It would be easy to panic, and it would be easy to say we have to get this position and we have to just address what our biggest needs are, but they are not doing that. They're remaining calm, they're remaining patient, and they're getting players that are ultimately rewarding their patience, and that is a very good thing. I would challenge you through the first 3 rounds of this whole thing to find a team that has gotten better value for their draft selections than the Dallas Cowboys, because to be quite honest with you, the Cowboys again are sort of dominating this whole thing. And you look at it and you start to wonder why. Why haven't they done this all along? I mean, why does this feel so different? And it's not necessarily something that's meant to point fingers, but you look at it, this is a brand new coaching staff, and it is led by Mike McCarthy, and this whole thing does feel very organized and very disciplined, and almost like he had an entire year to think about it and plan it and then execute it to perfection, which he kind of sort of basically did. But either way, the Dallas Cowboys through 3 rounds have added 2 Oklahoma Sooners, 1 member of the Crimson Tide, 2 players on defense, a star playmaking wide receiver on offense. And if you are upset about this, then you need to go get a bowl of ice cream. You need to go just, chew a piece of bubble gum. You need to find a way to get happy, because if you're not happy with what the Cowboys have done, you're not seeing the big picture. Right now, the Cowboys, we all acknowledge that their roster is not better than it was when the 2019 season ended, all right? They lost Byron Jones. They lost Robert Quinn. Those are real data points that you can't ignore. However, the Dallas Cowboys are rebuilding in a smart and financially responsible way, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. And we'll see what they pull off on Saturday in rounds 4 through 7. You can watch them, of course. You can follow along with us at bloggingtheboys.com. You can follow us on Twitter at bloggingtheboys, on Instagram at blogging.the.boys. You can follow me on Twitter and the gram. I am at RJ Ochoa. You can also shoot me an email, rj.ochoa@sbnation.com, if that's more your cup of tea. And you can subscribe right here to the official Blogging the Boys YouTube channel. We're having all sorts of fun. We have recaps, film breakdowns, and just an enormous amount of things planned for you, and we don't want you to miss a single thing. So do me a favor, have the best day ever. You know why? Because you deserve it. We'll see you next time.